Oh my gosh. I was at the top of the deck. This is Seven of Wands. That was way more difficult than it needed to be. But Mercury is retrograde now. So, hey, it is what it is. Blooming Rose, girl, I saw you on the other one. It was a mess. At first, I wanted to use, wow. I'm sorry. I was just looking at myself. At first, I wanted to use my phone because I'm back home, right? And I wanted, nope. And I wanted to set it up. But for some reason, it just was not working. So it created the event, but it didn't actually stream. Oh wait, okay, it's fine. Hey Miyoshi. I wish I could let Bloomin know. She probably left. Um Girl, Mercury got me. It got me good. I had to like get my thing out. You know what? She'll be fine. Hello, gorgeous. Hi, lovely. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Just in case. Yeah, different for sure. But I just made it back home, and I wanted to come and here we go. Pull a few cards really quick. I can actually see these, so just listening to Angelic Carmen's video about this one, definitely this was going to be different and more beneficial. I think a lot of them are supposed to be beneficial, but maybe last year, especially for coming into the season that we've come into, I don't know why I just pulled that up. But especially coming into the season that we've come into, I think maybe that's why the last ones were a little rougher, maybe potentially to get us ready. But now that we're already in this energy, it's like it is what it is. But yeah. Well, I don't think I've ever been hit by Mercury like that. Like even in the last one, there was something I had to do in it, but it was pretty chill. I feel like the pre-shadow was kind of worse. The pre-shadow was interesting. Um, but yeah, I'm home now. I wanted to just pull 3 cards from all of the decks that I left behind. And the first one that came out is the vice versa. So these I had to shuffle in a very interesting way. Excuse me. And I wanted to use my phone so y'all can actually see these cards. And it let me set it up fine. But then it didn't actually start the event. And on my phone, it's like everything was there and it didn't work. So then I had to pull up my laptop and I set it up. I set up Streamlabs because I wanted to just use my webcam to get it over with. At first, I was like, I don't want to show nobody my face today, but I guess we're doing face today. Um, and then Streamlabs didn't, and then yeah, OBS didn't work. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just create a new webcam live. But the first card just came out. How are you doing today, Miyoshi? And you got to sort them. People come back and you got to sort them. I mean, I didn't have a people come back moment. I had a me go back to a situation moment. And I'm home now. It was a very interesting end to my stay, I'll say. That's Chino outside, if y'all can hear a little Chino. At least Chino was glad to have me back. Oh, snap! A Ten of Pentacles just came out. A Knight of Swords, a Ten of Pentacles. We'll see. But this might be retrograde energy. So I'm using the vice versa, and this is the side that came out. Y'all can still kind of see it. This is the side that came out. This is the back side. This is the front side, right? Because you see the knight's face. No, wait. Did I show it wrong? Hold on, no, I gotta look. I'm like, did I show this thing wrong? Yeah, it wasn't this side. It was this side. Yeah, this is the side I saw with the back side of the horse. So anyway, it wasn't this side that shows the front. I see it better on the camera than I do off camera. It was this side. So it could be like, it's going back. It could be that retrograde energy, especially since Mercury is a planet of communication. And then the second card out is this side of the Ten of Pentacles. So this might be bringing a lot of opportunities. And there's the backside of the 10. Then you see like the parents looking at the grandfather and the grandchild instead of the grandfather and the grandchild that you see in a lot of decks, or the dog, whatever. Ooh, this might be a little lengthy. All right, let me speed it up. I'm feeling a little better. Yeah, and then this deck, like, I gotta like flip it so some of them are the different side. It's just weird. I don't think I'm gonna read any of these in reverse. I mean, I guess if I have to, I will. You're great. Glad to hear it. I've been having a lot of like, not weird thoughts, but I'll think about someone from the past, and then I'm like, no, that doesn't work. Like, why am I doing this? I'm not doing it, but like, why am I thinking of this? And I feel like it's almost like I'm getting a glimpse of what might be coming or what I want. And it's like my brain is going to the last opportunity that I had to sort of have the dynamic and then trying to further it. But I'm like, no, like not with that person, not that opportunity, like, because those wouldn't work. I guess I'll just pull this one. This is the Two of Cups. Wow. And it's this side of the Two of Cups instead of this side of the Two of Cups. Okay, yeah. So this ain't no nighttime thing. We in the daylight. It's all coming to day now. I remember a while ago I did this, and this is at daytime too. I don't know if it was for somebody or if it was general, but a lot of night was out, and it's night. Yeah, it's like now everything is coming to see the light of day. Elementary, girl. Mine don't go back that far. Did I just see somebody from a long time ago? I don't think so. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. Today's a little low key, if you can't tell. I didn't sleep too much last night, but I'm gonna get into this night of sweats. Oh, if I'll be able to read. Yeah, I had more space in the other place. Okay. Had more space in the other place, but this place is home. It's fine. More space in the other place. There's the Knight of Swords. Which side I got though? Actually, this might be the front. I think this is the front of the knight, actually. Because in the back of the knight is like him coming back. Anyway, the knight is going somewhere. And I can't read this. Is this the side I want? Or is this the side I want? Why do I hear myself like that? That was weird. Hold on, give me a second, child. Hold on, y'all. I know I see horse booty. This horse booty is covered up. There's some horse booty in this deck that ain't covered. So it's just like full on horse butt. Yeah, this is the backside. Okay, I knew it was. I don't know why. When I'm reading into this book, the acoustics are like bouncing back to my ears, and it's so weird. He keeps popping up in our dreams. Brad Costello. He keeps popping up. Hey, maybe he might be coming back. It's been a while, girl. Where you been? Why I look like this? Okay. This is so weird. I don't like this acoustic bounce back. But this is the inner self. So, while the inner self seems intent on war, from the point of view, we see that the knight is actually following a flight of swallows. They lead from, oh, hold on, wait. They lead him toward breaks in the storm clouds and a lightning. They, I was like, wait. They lead him through a break in the storm clouds and a lighting of the sky. Swallows are a symbol of the instinctive return to the home of the heart. They also symbolize freedom, something this knight cherishes. If he can feel a sense of freedom in the matters of the heart, he will reveal more about himself. When he allows himself to admit what he wants and pursue it wholeheartedly, he won't fear to show his true face. Okay, all right. Y'all know I struggle to read, so I read how I read. Oh, my little brother just woke up and my door is locked. Let me stop. So, because you see in the front, it's like you can't see his face. Wow, I can get in there. I think the light is placed decently. You can't see his face. This is about returning home. That's interesting. Matters of the heart. Pursuing what you actually want. Wow, that's deep. I like that though. Um, and I got the village card in the wild unknown archetypes. And the village is all about, it's like a lot about setting out, going outside of your comfort zone, experiencing something new. But on the side, it's like the most important part of the journey is the return home at the end. That's when you come back with all your stories, and that's how the village, even though the village doesn't leave, it's the only way the village grows. It's when other people leave and then come back and bring new information, right? Um, See, good at that angle. Lots of movement in the air. Yeah. And also, it said that he was following the swallows, right? Because it's like the swallows leading him to breaks in the storm and where the sky is lighter. So this is all about that, it's like we're supposed to be, and even Heart of Inspiration on her channel, she's been saying at least since like last July, that's about the time I started following her, that it's time to be spirit led. And I've been feeling it since like November, maybe, that it's like really important for us to establish our own internal guidance. Cause this is where we're supposed to be. We're following our own internal guidance to navigate through these storms with as little collateral damage as possible. Right. And that's not to say that there won't be any hardships, because there are cycles that need to close and lessons that still need to be learned, tools that need to be acquired to get where we're going. But as long as we're moving in the direction that we feel led to move in, then we're following, not in the footsteps of the heart, but we're getting closer to the heart, getting closer to our true selves, and not sort of like who we've become because of everything. Because like this, it's like a facade, right? Because it's like there are ways that we can do and be that are really comfortable, that we may have gotten really far in, but it's like, his face isn't revealed. It looks like you're not being you. And there goes the card. Follow them swallows. Yeah, so that's the first one. This is for general whenever. These are just general messages. Our own ferryman, exactly. There goes that last July. Hi, Maya New Year. Exactly, being our own ferryman. And the Six of Swords kept popping up in that deck too. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that quite a few times as well. as well. Next is the 10 of pennies. 10 of pennies. So this is interesting because with the way the knight is situated on the board, on my laptop, on the board, he's actually moving away from the 10 of pentacles and the 2 of swords. Now, if it was this side, then he would be moving towards it. If it were the front side, where his face is hidden, it's like, because some people, they sort of, whether rather intentionally or not, if you don't show up to a situation whole, or even when you show up to a situation whole, it might be easy to lose yourself when you are with someone else. And he's actually moving away from it with this side, but he's following his heart. So if there is someone, or if you've been in a position where you feel like you've had to take a step back from this energy, this 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups energy, then like you were probably supposed to, right? Because heading for that energy could have caused a whole bunch of storms and you were charging right in the middle of it. But it's not to say that you won't get it. But it's almost like if you see we only see so much and so deeply. And if you're following your heart and it takes you to that place, and if you're still operating in your own autonomy and sovereignty is a word that I heard recently. I mean, I've heard it before, but that's us taking claim over our own lives and stuff like that. But if you're operating in that and it just leads you somewhere, then that's where you're supposed to go. So even if you turn your back on it and you head in the other direction, as long as you are following your calling, it will reroute you when you're supposed to arrive at that destination. But if you're just chasing someone because of some dream that you've come up with in your head because of how they made you feel, it's like which are you chasing, right? Are you chasing the person or are you chasing yourself? And it's almost weird because it's like the other person is like a reflection of you in a way. So in chasing and finding yourself, you find that person or the person you're supposed to find instead of chasing the person in front of you, because then you're chasing someone else. And I'm not going to go full into it. Y'all know what I'm trying to talk about. Right. Yeah. And like, that's not what we're supposed to be. I mean, broadly speaking, I'm not going to say we supposed to do nothing or do something because everyone's path and journey is different. But if you follow your heart, it will never steer you astray. And you're not following your heart out of a lack of love or out of a need to be validated by someone else. You're following your heart and what it truly, authentically calls for, which is you. The person that you and your heart wants to be loved by the most is yourself. Any other love is like a bonus that multiplies that love. But if you're lacking at your core foundation, which is the love that you give yourself, then there's always going to be things that sort of fall apart. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so then we got this 10 of pennies. Don't go chasing pentacles. Let me stop. Okay. So this is the front side, the back side of the knight, and then the front side of the 10 of pennies, and the back side of the 2 of cups. So that's interesting. So this could also be because like this is the back and this is the front. So they're both in daytime, right? And we got the back side of the night. So the knight could be heading towards a two of cups instead of a 10 of pentacles. Now, a 10 of pentacles could be someone that you've been following for a long time or someone that you can see more with. And then the two of cups would be like fresher, right? You don't have all the pentacles, you don't have all of this, but you have love. And isn't love enough at the end of the day? It is for some people. Okay, so 10 of pennies. Let me pull my glasses down so I can read this side of the 10 of pentacles. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read what it means to get this side in a reading. So the tower in the distance. Wait, no. Wrong. Sorry. Take a deep breath and release your worries. You've done well, and your rewards are coming. You've earned you've earned your peaceful place in the sun. Whatever stage of life presents itself now. Wait, what? Oh, okay. You've earned your peaceful place in the sun. Whatever stage of life presents itself now. Take stock of the things you value, both material and emotional. Give them highest priority to keep the blessings flowing in both directions. So this is like what I was saying with the 10 of cups the other day, right? Like take a minute to take stock and appreciate yourself for all you've done. Count your blessings, keep them listed because in sitting, there we go. Oh, well, shoot. There we go. So in sitting in your blessings, you attract more blessings. When sitting in what you don't have, you attract more of what you don't have. Pretty much. Um, and so whatever stage presents itself next, whatever phase you move into, you've earned it. I like that. Attitude of gratitude. Amen. That was the focus like a year ago for me. That's when I got really heavy into it. Because it's like, whatever is coming next, you earned it. So if it's good, you earned it. If it's bad, you earned it. um, but in following this, which is why, like, I love this. Because even though his back is turned away from it, and it's like, it said, like, the blessings and the sun, right? And that's what he's being guided towards. It's the places where the swallows lead him in the direction where the sky is lighter, the lightning of the sky, right? So even, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna keep going. I got too many decks to go through, so let me speed this up a little bit. These are just general messages. Take them or leave them. If you don't want them, well, if it's yours, regardless of how you feel. But because things will always unfold in the way that they unfold. I shouldn't have to get into the book for other ones though. So here's the Two of Chalices. So to get this side in a reading, what the? Hold on, wait. Here we go. So the meaning of this side is much the same: recognition of a significant other, a trustworthy love, and the blessing of Venus. If you have been shy of speaking your heart, if you have been shy of speaking your heart to each other, it is safe to do so now. The sunrise betokens an awakening to new wonders, as well as signaling an auspicious time to go public with your relationship, if you haven't already. Yes? 1 minute. What up? I'm yelling. That was interesting. Oh, snap, there's Blooming Rose. Hey, Blooming Rose. How you doing? Happy belated birthday, Blooming. It's the last day of Aquarius. Now, I looked at the sun this morning, and I will show you what I found. I found something very interesting. Oh, somebody is turning 30 this year. For some folks, that's a big deal. Because I think the sun is only 28 degrees in Aquarius. And I think February 18th, by the book, is the start of Pisces season. But maybe since we have a leap year this year, Pisces season actually gets pushed back a day. So, yeah, we're 28 degrees, 33 minutes. So that's a day and a half out. Can y'all see that? Y'all can't see that. Oh, wait. Anyway, it's on there. Oh, you see the sun in Aquarius right there? 28 degrees. 28 degrees. So tomorrow will still be Aquarius season. So y'all get an extra day, Aquarius. Congratulations. So yeah, if your birthday's on the 18th, you're in Aquarius this year. I don't make the rules. I just follow the transits. Let me stop. So that's what I got. And it was interesting that it said like something about the heart. And this was the night following its heart, which is like what I said in a way, right? If you're in a relationship, it's like it's safe to go public. This is a trusted, if it resonates, girl, you don't, but it's like it's safe. It's safe to love this person. It's safe to go public. If that's something that you want to do, then it's an auspicious time for that. And it's a very interesting time. Because I feel like there are a lot of realizations coming to the light. And I would never count myself in one party or another. But it's like now all of a sudden, a lot of people want to start having realizations about things that they should have been having realizations about a long time ago. Because if you are of a certain, never mind, I'm not going to go there. I ain't going there. I almost went there, but I ain't. Oh, snap. Now I get the Magical Dimensions Activator and Oracle cards. Hey, Zelda. Ain't nobody trying to push me to do no slick general love because that was it. The whole general love thing was if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, and if you are where you're supposed to be, then it may come to you. But it's always been like that, right? This ain't no like, And I love how it wasn't specific. It was like following your heart, following the swallows, taking off the mask, right? And then it was the next phase of life coming to you. You've earned it. It's going to be like the blessings of the sun, clarity, vitality, love, all that stuff. And then after that, it was like, someone who's safe to love. And it's an auspicious time for whatever. But like stuff like that, I feel like it's kind of a given. But let me see. Oh, I look healthy today. Thank you. I do look a little like, I feel like my face looks a little thinner. I look thinner. It's all the food I was eating with all the veggies. Okay, so today I'm just doing a bunch of generals. I'm home again, if you can't tell by the setting. And I want to pull 3 cards from all the cards that I left behind, basically. So let me catch up. Y'all know I'm bad with the chat. I'm sorry. Blooming Rose. Trying to slick push me. If I get more love cards, though, I'm shutting it down. Y'all already know. Safe to love. Oh, snap. Congratulations, Zelda. Hopefully you get that growth. You get that growth that I know on some level you've been wanting. Okay. Oh my gosh. I didn't miss this when I was in the other space. Cards didn't just fall on the flow. This one came out right now. So it's Exploration 15, Boldness, Unknown, and Limitless. I love these messages. Because we got the Knight of Swords, the back of the Knight of Swords. Which was he was following the swallows. You don't know where a bird is going to take you, navigating through storms, but trusting in the bird enough, following your heart, and then exploration, navigating the unknown. It's limitless. And this is what I was saying. Your expectations will limit your experiences. So just keep doing whatever you feel led to do, trusting and knowing that you'll be guided in the direction that you're supposed to go in. Because if you put your knowledge on something, that's a filter that you're putting on it. That's a lens that you're putting on it. And if you are seeing with your brain and your eyes instead of your heart and your intuition, then you might pass on something that was meant for you in this time. I love that. So don't ask me what's coming because I don't know. You should know what's coming for you. Let me stop. Y'all don't ask me something like that. Vibrational alignment. Exactly. I want to do 3 more, and then I'll pull the one off the top and the one from the bottom. That was 1. Oops. 2, and that was number 15, by the way, which breaks down to a 6. 6 is a number of harmony, I think. So here's one from the top. From the top, it looks like oneness. No, it's not. Magical realms on the top. This card, y'all see. Oh, oh, love that. Okay, so for the second card, we got Magical Realms, which is a 28. I'm born on the 28th, so shout out to me, I guess. It's belief, confidence, and co-creative power. Oh, let me see. Y'all see that? Belief, confidence, and co-creative power. Paired with this, I feel like this is like a void space. Hold on, y'all. I love these two paired together because it's like this is a void space. And then that's kind of the feeling I have. It's like everything is so this. It's so loose. I keep saying it's loose. It's not as dense. It's like we've gone up on a certain level. So you need to elevate to get there. But once you get there, everything is just like you can mold it, right? This is a space to use this co-creative power to create and build basically in some ways the life that you want. I mean, that might be like there's a whole lot of like limiting beliefs that you would have to get rid of, and you would have to be really intentional about that vibrational alignment, right? So be really intentional with where you're vibrating and stuff like that. If you're in a better mood, you're going to get better. It's the same as before, but it can work a lot better now. But it can also work against you because it's just that loose and that easy. Both tropical. Wow. That is interesting. They're both going to be in Aquarius. I personally don't read for myself because I struggle. Because I feel like when I'm reading for myself, there's too much. It depends. It depends on the mood that I'm in. I don't read for myself if I need an answer. I'll read for myself for like general guidance or like what is something that I'm not seeing? What do I need to work on? Like that I can read for myself. If I'm reading for like, am I gonna get this job? How does this person feel about me? Stuff like that, it doesn't work for me because then I project too much onto it and then it muddies it. But I mean, if you can do it, then do it. Yeah. Wait, what am I shuffling these for? I guess I'll take this card. I'll just look at it. Oof. Wow. Okay, I'm going to put these together because I know what this card, I have some feelings about what this card can be. So the last two cards, since I shuffled, I was like, I might as well take it, right? Yeah. Some people can, or some people say they can. I feel like I can in certain situations. And then in those situations, also, it's like, whatever comes out for me. It's not like I'm necessarily asking a specific question. It depends. So we got the heart portal, which I love because we were just talking about the heart, following the heart. Then in the Two of Cups, it said something about the heart because you followed your heart. Then like you get in this heart portal space, which is beautiful. The portals are the chakras. So this is receptivity, generosity, and mistrusting. So I guess when it's misaligned, it's mistrusting, right? And remember how I said, like, if you're looking with your eyes and your brain, you might misjudge something coming for you as something that isn't meant for you. But if you're looking with your heart and your intuition, then you'll see it as like a gift, potentially. So I love that. And then it came out with the promise. So this is soulmates. Oh gosh, girl, I said I wasn't going here, and then the card came out. This is soulmates, attraction, and partnership. So you're attracting from that heart space. And whenever you attract a person from the heart space, and whenever you are open to receiving that person and all the lessons that they have to teach you, it's like, this is a really interesting time because we got creating anything from this boundless, limitless space. And then we have some kind of partnership soulmate coming in through the heart space. Now, remember, the heart space misaligned is mistrusting. So if you aren't where you need to be for yourself, depending on who you are as a person, where you've come from and where you're going, if you aren't where you need to be, then you might mistrust, because mistrusting was the last one. You might mistrust this thing that was promised to you. Now, if you are where you need to be, then you might see it as you're supposed to see it. This is why we got let's take the people out. We're in a space now where you can create. Your creative potential is increased. And I love that. This deck can be like, this is a deck of wild cards because anything could come out. Anything. You can get Family of Light, talking about ETs and fairies and all kinds of dimensions and realms and stuff like that. That was pretty tame. Okay. What are the rest of the cards, though? Oh, they're right here. What's this? I just looked at the top of the deck because I'm about to put it away. What's the moon in tropical? I'll look in a second, Miyoshi. Trust. I think it's in Sagittarius still. But trust. Trust is a card that's left on top. It would have been on the bottom of the deck, but I flipped it up to put it away. Trust is number 42. It is overcoming doubts. It is insecurities and patience. Overcoming doubts, insecurities, and patience. Trust. I love that. I love that. Trust. That's what the knight was doing. That's what the knight was doing. He was trusting, following his heart, following the swallows, because the swallows know the way through the storm. Like, let's not continue to make our lives harder than they need to be by focusing on problems and then creating more problems out of those problems. Like, I got enough problems. I ain't trying to get to 99. I ain't even trying to get to 2. I ain't trying to get to 1, but it's life. So there's going to be at least 1. But I ain't trying to get to 99 problems. So you best believe a whole bunch of stuff ain't going to be none of them because I ain't even got that many. I got 1 problem. You know what that problem is? How can I trust more? How can I go even further? We're not pulling from that deck today because I would have to read all of that. I ain't reading all of that. That's the spicy deck. What'd you say? Amen. Yes. Okay, nice. It is in Sagittarius. Now I'm going to be pulling from my novelty deck. So, disclaimer with the novelty deck, these are for novelty readings only. This deck was not intended. This deck was not created. It's from Spencer's. There y'all go. It is not created with the intention of actually being whatever. It's for novelty purposes only. They actually have like legit decks in Spencer's. Like they have the Game of Thrones deck in there. But I saw this deck and I was like, "Ooh, it's $8. It's a joke deck, but I feel led to it, and I love it. I love this deck, honestly." Oh wait, I almost shuffled this wrong. This is one of my all upright decks, so I'm not trying to mix it up. You did an oracle card for everyone in here. It says, "As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power toward what I want." Did you see what I said about Ophiuchus? Wait, where did you say something about Ophiuchus? I know you said that Mars just left Ophiuchus, I think. Oh, the moon was in Ophiuchus yesterday and today. Oh, girl, I did not miss that. How did I miss all these? How did I miss those? All I saw was like it went from Zelda saying okay to you saying what's the moon in tropical? The main 2 initiative days for the retrograde. And the moon was in Ophiuchus. Maybe that's why. Like if you tapping into that divine mother creative power potential of Ophiuchus, then Yeah, that was me before. I was like, you know what? Let's illumination. I was trying to illuminate everything. Let me see what it is that I don't see so I can heal what I don't know needs to be healed. Oh, okay. Well, there's two cards. Right out the. Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Oh, I love this. So those will be the first two. I'm not reading all these in twos. And then I'll pull this one from the bottom because I like pulling from the bottom. Oh, why did I pull that from the bottom? Am I going to have to clarify this? Nah, no clarifier. Okay. I'll pull this one from the middle because the bottom did me dirty. Oh, all right. Well, this is interesting. This is novelty. So feel free to not take it. And then left on the bottom is the tower, the gargoyle. Why did I look at the bottom? I don't know. Once y'all get to the end of these cards, y'all know why the gargoyle came out. Okay, Zelda. Hey, Annette, welcome. So I'm back home. And I'm just pulling 3 cards from all the decks that I left at home while I was staying with my friend on that retreat, as I like to call it. Battery is sufficiently charged. Nice. Love that. I'll just set this here. What's going on? What's it? Well, yeah, I just made it home. So that's what's going on with me. And I just told you what I'm doing. How are you doing today, Annette? I hope you're having a great day. Okay. So, first we start with the Empress and the Six of Pentacles. It's Arachne and Kali. There go my girl. Who is it? What up, bro? I'll be done in a minute. Oh, all right. 1 second, y'all. What is this on the floor? All right, gotcha, Blooming Rose. You got clients. Okay. I'll be back. It's buffering. All right, Annette. Mercury is officially retrograde. So I tried to start this on my phone. That ain't work. I tried to continue the stream I started on my phone on this laptop. That ain't work. So I had to make a new stream with my webcam, the lowest quality I can possibly have, the least amount of features. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's in some ways it's time to go back to basics. And it's time to strip away all of the excess. It's time to be more narrowed in on what actually matters. And that's what that was the message of the 10 of Pentacles, right? It was like focused on the things that actually matter and taking stock of those, keeping those things a priority. And then all the extra stuff is like, you know, it's extra. There we go. Until March 9. Yeah, and Mercury is going out of Pisces back to Aquarius. Mars actually likes to be in Aquarius, I think. I know Mars does not like to be in Pisces. Mercury doesn't like to be in Pisces, so it might actually enjoy that breath of fresh air once it makes it out of Pisces. But we have the Empress and the Six of Pentacles. It's Arachne and Kali. Arachne is the spider. She weaves. Was Arachne or was it Ariadne? I think that was Ariadne. But then we got Kali, and like Kali is actually like chilling in this. People like to see Kali as like so one-sided. Oh, like Kali is destructive. Kali is this. Kali is that. And yeah, she is like drinking the blood of somebody in this card, maybe. Potentially. What you doing, Kali? Her tongue is open. Oh yeah. She drinking the blood of this dude. This could be, y'all know that they say some toxic masculine energies are getting purified right now. So maybe that's what she's doing. But outside of the story, your Mercury is in Leo. Oh, snap. My Mercury is in Pisces and it's in retrograde. My natal Mercury is retrograde Pisces. So come on, wait. Why y'all doing me like that? There we go. Um, so I think, okay. So going with that story. Yeah, because that makes sense with what is happening right now. Because I was like, because we went from the Empress and the Six of Pentacles to like this. I'm like, so there's some toxic masculine energies that are being purified right now. And there's also, I think at the same time, it's up to feminine energies to no longer downplay themselves. And that's why the Six of Pentacles came out. If they can't give on a level that you can give, if they don't give to the level at which you receive, and honestly, at the same time, if you can't give at the level that they receive at, then it ain't meant to. Not right now. I'll just say not right now. This is a novelty read, so it could be for right now. If you don't like, these are joke cards. Ha ha he he. But because Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take. Ariadne, Spider, it's one of the strongest materials, but at the same time one of the most delicate, right? And then you got Kali here drinking the blood of some dude. It's almost like, because like look at her hand and look at how she's sitting. I feel like she's almost like transmuting it. She's ingesting it, transmuting it, and then turning it into something different. This is the rise of feminine power on the planet. But yeah, this is about equal give and take, empresses. If some toxic if it might be time to cut off some toxic people if they coming back, especially for the season, because y'all know it seems like folks like to come back during seasons like this. And it might have been folks that you used to really like or dream about, because Pisces is like dreamy, it's fantasies, it's illusions, it's ruled by Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces. So you could get anybody coming into your dreams as well. I've been having dreams about like random people. I'm like, I've never dreamt about you in my life. What? And it was like the type of connection I had with that person in the dream is like, it's like the face was wrong in the dream. I'm like, I don't even know you like this. Like I barely know you at all. And you're in my dream right now. And I feel like this towards you in my dream, when it like if I'm having a dream like this, the face should be somebody else's. And I'm trying to recall the dream, and I think it started off with that face, or that's the impression that I felt from that person. But when I looked at it, it was somebody else. I'm like, when did that happen? But also in my dream, sometimes people change faces, but it'll be like the same person. It's like recasting a movie after you start shooting it, where the character is the same, but the actor playing the role is different. You're sending me the Ophiuchus moon description again based on what you just said about transmuting of masculine energy. Definitely ties in. Well, there we go. And then you know what else we got coming out right after that? The Ten of Wands. We got the dragon. You best believe this thing ain't going down without a fight. But the dragon can also symbolize higher divine feminine energy at the same time. Right? Because the Kundalini serpents and the what is that? Quetzalcoatl? Is Quetzalcoatl the winged serpent? And then you got a dragon right here. Ten of Wands is Sagittarius energy. It's Sagittarian energy. Ten of Wands followed by the Hanged Man, which is the imp. So, wow. And this is like the fieriest hanged man energy I've ever seen. And then you got this dragon right here. So you got the hanged man, right? You got the hanged man card, and then you got Kali drinking this dude blood. Oof. Well, that's the whole message. And then the tower was on the bottom of the deck. Gargoyle. Gargoyles are like protectors of old things, and they're also associated. I associate them with Catholicism because on Gothic cathedrals they would put gargoyles, right? So it's like there's this ancient energy. It's almost like as things begin to shift, then the gargoyles begin to wake up, and it's almost like because she's sitting right, she ain't going nowhere. So it's almost like the gargoyles are springing to life, going out, gathering up all that toxic, nasty energy, and then bringing it to Kali to transmute. And so she's just sitting there, half at peace, half doing what she's doing. It's not half and half. It's like, honestly, she's like 95% at peace, 5% just like 5% enough not at peace to do the activity that she needs to do. Because like there are some things that you can speak a word and be at peace and tell somebody the truth regardless of how they perceive it or accept it, and still be in this internal space that is calm, because you're not saying it from a space of negativity. I'm doing this, by the way. I don't know why I just did like this is calm, but it was like in front of my stomach. But it's like you're not doing it from a space of ill intention. You're doing it from a zen place. It's mentioned in the Mayan culture. Yeah, with the dragon, Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, definitely. Um, so yeah, this is like it might be with the Ten of Wands though. It's almost like it's taking a second to complete it, maybe. And so there may be some folks who it hasn't hit yet, potentially. But trust and believe that Kali's still gonna make her rounds, and them gargoyles, they're gonna snatch you up. All right, let's see what deck is next. That was interesting. I don't want to do those yet. Are these the universe has your back? No. Energy oracle cards. Let's do it. So next is the energy oracles. Thanks for the like, whoever left me a like. I appreciate it. I guess I say stuff like that now. Like my videos, subscribe and share. I'm just playing. All right. It's time to get 3 more cards. This is fun. That was, man, everything was like so happy. It was like, oh, follow your heart. And, it's safe to love this person if you've been following your heart. And then the second round was like, there's so much potential in the air right now. So much creative energies and juices just begging for a direction to be focused in. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to focus them in directions that you don't want them to be focused in your life. And also like more love, I guess. Ooh, nope. See, y'all almost tried to hit the flow. I'll take you because I see you. Well, I got 3 cards. Never mind. They all just tried to fly out, but I caught them. And what's on the bottom right here? On the bottom right here is the garden and the gate. The garden and the gate, Miyoshi. The garden and the gate. Girl, I guess we taking it back to the garden. Anyway. And then it was like, oh, if you're in this heart space, then, there's this partnership, there's this soulmate energy coming in from the heart space. And then we go from that to like, we start out with Kali just like, doing her thing. I'm like, okay, well, that was a sudden and abrupt shift, but it's also part of the energy going on right now. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? This apple will fill your belly and quench your thirst. Okay. All right. So this one's in reverse. And then these two are upright. So in reverse, I'm not going to read these, so I'm just going to go off with it. It's the woman holding a heart. The woman holding a heart came out. This is interesting because, so check out Chad Tarot if you feel so inclined. Like, comment, share if it resonates. But he did a reading for me in October. And so I was the first. Let me stop. Let me stop. I'm not even gonna say that. But I was the first person that. Welcome back, Zelda. So I got the Halloween tarot and the energy oracle cards. I was the first person, and this is one of the cards that actually came out for me: the woman holding a heart, and then the man holding a heart came out at the end. But this is when I still thought I was a divine feminine. It's a whole story. Oh snap! Put up that new video. I'm gonna mod you real quick because I'm bad with the chat, and sometimes there are messages. I watched back one of my videos or somebody's video, and there was like a message that never got approved. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But it's in reverse. So I feel like this woman is holding her own heart. Well, I'm gonna chill on that. Let's see what else came out. Second card out is, oh, I was like, what? Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. And then the third card that came out is Envy. Wow, that's an interesting card. Envy came out, and then what was the card in the middle? Garden and the garden and the gate. So then we have Envy. And oh wow, girl. See, this is a whole. I'm not getting into this narrative. I'm not getting into it. I'm gonna just say I did just mention Chad Tarot. Maybe that was not my mistake. But check out your favorite local DMDF twin flame reader potentially, because we got the woman holding the heart in reverse. We got the seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel, and then we got Envy. So this could be someone envying someone else's connection and also envying their heart. Or like this is a woman holding a heart, but it isn't necessarily the woman holding her own heart. This could be a woman holding someone else's heart, and then someone else is envious that this person's heart is in this woman's hands instead of in their hands. And then they know that this heart is where it is because of this and because of the type of person that it is. And so like they're not even there's so much envy on so many levels. Girl, I ain't even see. All right, this deck is gonna be put in a timeout because I don't even be trying to read for love, and now they're trying to turn this into a whole DMDF karmic situation. I ain't got time for DMs, DFs, and karmics. This is number 20. Oh snap! This is that's interesting because this is card number 20, and it's envy. That's really interesting. Then card number 41. And last but not least, it's card number 44. Oh, snap. So the woman holding the heart is actually number 44. So she's all the way together. So, well, this did come out in reverse, though. So that could be like her not holding her own heart. Like she could be holding someone else's heart. Maybe this person like doesn't even understand why they don't have this. Like all they know is that something is different about the person who has this heart. They might not necessarily know what it is. And so they might be seeking out, they might be going to certain lengths to get information or to see exactly what is so special. They might be going to certain lengths to try to take away what is special from you. But the type of thing that makes you special isn't something that can be taken. It can be forgotten, but you have to be the person to forget it. But it can't be taken. Um, Girl, I ain't got time for this, Miyoshi. Y'all should already know I ain't got time for this. If y'all watch me, I ain't got time for this. This is not my thing. That's not my area of expertise. Let's see what's next. I feel like I know what cards I want after those, but they didn't come out. Ooh, next we got the Vedic astrology cards. I love these. 3 of these is a complete picture for me, at least. So we'll go ahead and do this and see what's up. I don't know why I didn't hear my phone, Yoshi. Are we out of the red Earth? Are we out of the red moon wave spell? Has it been 13 days? Or not yet? I feel like I'm no, because it was like we were like halfway through it on the 6th or something. But it's the 17th. What wave spell are we in right now, Miyoshi? Do you know? Girl, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. After today, today's the last day of the red lunar wave spell. Oh my gosh, why am I excited? And I came home today, so I probably won't be in my feminine energies anymore. A good movie to watch on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, I really like this series. It's not a movie, it's a series. I can't think of it. Undone. Undone was really interesting. I really enjoyed it a lot. Um, but a movie, I'm not sure. You already watched Medea's funeral. I have no clue, bro. I've never really watched too many movies on Amazon, to be honest. Last day of Red Moon, whoop whoop. And then Kali come out. Today's the last day that the feminine energy is nice. After today, what's the next wave spell though? What comes after Red Moon? Because if it's I don't know. Okay. These cards are so big and hard to shuffle. But I'm gonna cut this in 3 piles and then I'll take the first card from each. Oh snap. Hey, oh. If this is air, this is Thomas, and this is Pluto. I don't know. Because Thomas and air used to come out all the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh. We still doing this? And then Thomas was like, yeah, we still doing this. We turned everything down. Everything. One more day. Got happy. Oh, tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow is the last day? Next is White Dog. What is White Dog? Let me see. I think I actually saved these. That's my thinking time. So White Dog is down here. White Dog is heart chakra. Heart chakra. White Dog, heart chakra. Y'all see that? Oh, y'all don't see it. I'm sorry. White Dog, heart chakra, companions of destiny, resonating with others, breakthrough and new beginnings, guides. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Heart chakra, new beginnings, companionship, guides. Girl, 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 girl. I'm on it. Let me stop. Oh, and we actually got air. The element was air. You know how I knew it was air? Because air is always coming out. And I guess Mercury just went retrograde, and Mercury is an air planet. So hey. And then the energy we have is upside down. Oh. Oh, Miyoshi girl, this might be for you. Oh, it actually isn't. Wow. Now we're in the growth. Rajas. I think I've only gotten this card like once. I don't actually, I think I've gotten it once. Because usually Tamas comes out, which is destructive. It's the decline. It's the breakdown. And if it's not tamas, it's sattva, which is like the stabilizing. But now it's raja. So growth. Remember when air and tamas used to come out all the time? Air and destruction. Now we got air and growth and the north node. So girl, Miyoshi, this is for you. North node in Gemini. Let me stop. Oh yeah, I could read down these. So for air, let's see if I can read it, y'all. Air is subtle, it's active, flexible, dry, restless, invisible, cold, circulating, dynamic, and that's it. So for Rajas, growth, we have anabolic, agitated, selfish, passionate, active, restless, and forceful, lustful, and controlling. Oh, girl, how is that growth? That's the creator energy? That's creator energy? What? Both of these said restless. Both of these are restless. I told y'all these energies are just like this. Right? They're just it's all just like waiting for direction. And it'll take any direction. So make sure that y'all are focused on stuff that you want. Not that you have to freak out about it, but just try to, like the Ten of Pentacles said, be more conscious of the things that you're grateful for and keep those a priority and stuff like that. But restless was on here, right? Active. I think they both have active. Yeah, they both have active. And they both have restless. They both have restless and active. So things are very active, very restless right now. And then last we have the North Node. So, Miyoshi has been telling me, and I've been seeing some stuff, but a lot of people are talking about mission and purpose. Mission and purpose are coming up again right now. And then we have the North Node. We have all this active energy, and then we have North Node, which is about like mission and purpose. Excuse me. So this is, wait, what? North Node materializing. Oh my gosh. So we have air, we have growth, and then we have materializing. Y'all see that? Materializing. What I've been telling y'all. I love it. It's all like cohesive at least. That makes me feel a little better. It's corruption, it's intrigue, exile, violence, foreignness. It is what? Iconoclasm? What is iconoclasm? We're gonna have to Google that one. It's deconstruction, epidemics, oh my gosh, and technology. They got epidemics at the bottom of the list. We got air. We got the destruction and the growth, and then we got epidemics. Girl, what's going on? I can't. I thought this was something else. Taurus North Node in the 11th house. That means that you are a Scorpio South Node. Today is Yellow Crystal Sun, cooperation. What can I share with others today to bring more clarity to the world? Oh, snap. Look at me. Already on points. That's a good show on Netflix. I like how they, there's actual, like, I don't know. I didn't see the last season, but some of the things were more involved and complex and complicated than one may believe initially. But wow, and ain't nobody got time for no epidemics either. I'm not that kind of reader. Girl, like what is happening? I thought this was gonna be like happy, controlling, lustful, forceful, restless, active, passionate, selfish, agitated, anabolic. Where's the growth, sis? What? We have subtle, active, flexible, dry. Then we have foreignness, iconoclasm, deconstruction, epidemics, technology. This just took a turn. I don't even want to look at this. But I'm gonna have Siri define this word for me. Hey Siri, define iconoclasm.
The action of attacking or assertively rejecting cherished beliefs and institutions or established values and practices. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Yes.
The rejection or destruction of religious images as heretical. The doctrine of iconoclasts.
Well, that took a turn. So, not initially what I was expecting. And although everything I say still stands, of course. Because there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of restlessness. That's almost like Hierophant in reverse type energy, right? It's like breaking of long-standing traditions just for the sake of having long-standing traditions. And I think it's really looking at, this is that destruction of the masculine energy, that deconstruction of all of these structures and all of these organizations and all of these things that in balance can be used as a grid to build off of, but when out of balance become restrictive and controlling. Controlling was also a theme, right? So it's funny that Thomas didn't actually come out, because I feel like that's more the destructive part. Girl, right? Was Kali just out, or was that a few decks ago? Well, then we had the envy, right? In this deck. Man, everything started so great. If this is resonating, I don't know. I don't know what's happening today. So I guess there are some organizations. There are some organizations, I guess. But I meant organizations like structures and systems, right, that sort of need to be reevaluated right now. And that is a lot of that Pluto, Saturn, Capricorn conjunction type energy. But there's a lot happening right now. So I'm going to keep focusing on my happy stuff, because some of this stuff, I'm like, girl, I feel like I need cards just to clarify this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That just took a turn. I definitely need the universe has your back cards now. You pulled for masculine energy. Oof. Girl, I'm gonna leave this masculine energy alone. I'm gonna stay in my feminine energies. Thank you, Red Lunar Wave Spell, for saving me. Because I didn't have to put up with a lot of stuff, honestly. And I come home the day before it's over. So let's see what's next. Oh, have I been looking for this? I have been looking for this. I didn't know where it was. I did not know where you were. Okay, nice. I looked in this box for this bag and I did not find it. But look what I just found. My selenite. Yes. I'm going to put this up real quick. Oh, girl, I can't see. I'm going to just put this up here for now. I was like, what is this box? So I just got my selenite. Hey. I just got my selenite. Oompa, doompa, oompa dee doo. Yeah, Zelda, what did you pull for the masculine energy? Okay, here we go. Oh, I've been looking for these. These always have positive messages, so things are about to turn back around. Things are about to turn back around. Yes. Unless if Michael is the one that keep popping out, then things might be about to go down. Because Michael don't play. Time to soar into another level of meditation. Is this another all upright deck? I think actually this was supposed to be another all upright deck, but they're not all up right now, so this will be interesting. These energies just took a turn. Everything was so light and so happy. I don't know if this is another multi-track thing. I think all of this stuff is happening at the same time, and wherever your focus is right now is what you're going to be experiencing the most. Because, like I said, it's like a bunch of energies just looking for a direction to manifest, and whoever is going in the direction that they want to go in is like, I'm right there with you. So I'll do top, middle, and bottom. So top, middle, and bottom. Girl, tell me why. Girls, ladies, oh. Tell me why I just got two mages. Two mages. And Michael. Of course, Michael would be the one non-major that pops out because, whenever Michael pops out for me, that means that things are like, there's something that needs to be said or something that needs to be done. And then it's usually preceded by heavy synchronicities. Or I'm just like, leave me alone. Gosh. Archetype doubled and tone one. Girl. It's funny that you say that because White Dog was all about, the heart chakra and companionship and stuff like that. And guess what the first two cards that came out were? The Sun and the Lovers. From the top came the Sun, from the middle came the Lovers. Girl, ain't nobody got time for this. I'm going from like one extreme to the next now. I can't keep up. So the Sun, the Lovers, and then the Three of Michael came out. So, wait, let me make sure. This is definitely White Dog energy. And remember, there was a card, was it the Two of Cups, that was like something about the sun? Well, the Ten of Pentacles was like inheriting the blessings of the sun, which is the next phase of life that you're going into. And then we got the Sun and the Lover. So with the Sun card, it's Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel. Y'all see that? And y'all remember what came out? Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. Oh my gosh. Well, there she is again, or he. It's like some people say Uriel, some people say Ariel. I guess Uriel is the masculine side. So there he goes again. There he goes. There we go. It's been an hour and 17 minutes. So this card says, life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Thrive through the power of positive thinking. Y'all see that? Thrive through the power of positive thinking. Ain't that's what I've been saying? But the Sun card, there's this. Oh my gosh. There's the Sun again. Archangel Uriel again. Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel again. Seventh chakra is the crown chakra. The crown chakra is the portal through which we communicate with all that exists outside of us. All this space comes in through the crown. In and down, up and down. In through the crown, up and down. Then we got the Lovers. We're back on this happy stuff. Archangel Raphael. It is make choices from your heart. Make choices from your heart. I love this. Come, let's. I like this wave. I don't like reading for love, but I'll take this over whatever that mess was. Deeply emotional connections and the power of love. Deeply emotional connections speak. That's been a theme, but that also speaks to the White Dog energy. That Mayan wave spell, those Mayan wave spells be on it. So it's like an after Valentine's surprise. So for the next 13 days, starting after tomorrow, my birthday is in that 13 days. Someone else's birthday is in that 13 days too. My mom, her birthday is on the 23rd. So hey, loving that. And then we got the Three of Michael, which is release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. Release the past. It might not be who you thought it was. Don't cling to, you know what? At this point, y'all can do what y'all want. Well, scratch all that. You calculated wrong. It's white wind, girl. Oof. Just like that, my white dog dreams are dashed against the rocks of reality. See, I think white wind just has a bad rap. White wind is actually pretty good. I'm going to read white wind real quick. So, white wind, there's white mirror, white world bridger, white wind. It is present moment, going with the flow, inspiration, truth, simplicity, and co-creator of reality, which goes back to the magical realms and exploration cards, right? So it's another thing that we've talked about today. And that also, that co-creator of reality, all that, like that's bringing it down. It relates to a different part, but you know, it still is what it is. I just got hungry. So this is about cutting ties to the past, learning and growing from situations. This is about loving from the depths of your heart and stuff like that. And this is about like, you know, like I want to read these again. So it is, life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Make choices from your heart, deeply emotional connections, the power of love. And then release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. I think in this deck, Michael is air energy. So that could be definitely associated with the retrograde. Still in sync, but white dog would have been nicer, right? Look at this white wind. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna have to I ain't shuffling any of these as I put them away. That's fine. What's next? What's next? I only have so many left. These I'm gonna have to read. If I do these, I gotta do the other ones. I'll do these two last. And I'll do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Because that's how they came out last time I used these two. So that's a hint to you, Miyoshi. You might know what these two decks are. When they came out one after the other, and I was like, really? Are we doing this right now? And we did it. We did it. We really did that at that moment in time. So next is the Universe Has Your Back cards. I love these. Let's get back into some positive thinking. Yes, all the positivity. Yes. Yes, positivity. Raise your hand if you love positivity. Let me stop. Oop. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Why cards always got to be like, y'all can come out and not fall on the floor. Goodness. They trying to get low. Apple bottom jeans. Now I got 4 cards. That's fine because we need more positivity in the world. I'm not even gonna look at these. So oh girl, I ain't even gonna be able to read these. I take that back. I will be able to read these. See, why am I speaking like that? Let me clean up my own mouth. I can read these fine. Oh, it was upright. So the first card says, I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. I saw this card so many times when I first pulled it out. I recognize that I chose fear. I choose again and I choose love. Cutting ties to the past, the sun and the lovers. Let it go, sis. Let it go. Let it go, sis, to let it grow. When I lean toward love, I am led. When I lean toward love, I am led. Now, how much of following your heart came out before? Following the swallows. This card says, my energy. Wait. What? My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what will manifest. That's what I've been saying too. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I'll manifest. Okay, come through. Oh, I can read this one just fine. I choose to learn through love. Right? Is that what that says? I choose to learn through love. There we go. Oh, that was a nice little break, right? Now I'm going to grab this last deck and then grab the last two decks. And we'll see what comes out with them. Then I'm going to have to put all these back in the box. I didn't think about that. I was just like, oh, I'm going to pull them all out of the box. Out of the box. Out of the box. Let your imagination take you for a ride. Wow, out of the box, do 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 do. I don't remember words. Out of the box, pictures come alive. Out of the box, there's magic in our hands and in pots and pans. That was a show. Thank you, Miyoshi. I appreciate that. It is wonderful to be appreciated and told that you are appreciated. We're doing bottoms. Who said, let me stop. Chariot in reverse. The Tower. And the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay. This is some interesting energy. I didn't want to read the book, but I'm going to read the book. So let's see. The Chariot in reverse. The Tower. There you go. Somewhat y'all see it. And then the Ten of Wands in reverse. I like how we have the consistency between these two colors, and then in the middle of the Tower. So hopefully this ain't gonna be a message of like you wasn't moving, so now something is gonna happen to get you to move. Because if you don't move when you feel led to move, there are ways to make things and people move that act like they don't want to move. And I'm at the point now where I don't want to be made to move. I'd rather move when I feel like I should move, because I know that if you if you the type of person that you got to be moved, then you're gonna make some things a lot more difficult than they need to be, because you have choices. There's always a choice, but you can be pushed to make one choice or another. And sometimes there are some things that if you try to hold on to them too tightly, they will be taken from you. Ultimately, at the end of the day, what will be will be. But I'd rather go willingly, right? It's like when you little, for some people, this might not be everyone's experience, but it's like when you little and you acting up somewhere, when you out in public and you acting up, and your folk look at you like, okay, you can act up out here all you want to, but when we get home, you best believe that that butt is mine, and I'm gonna tear it up. With a belt, y'all. And then like whenever they say that, that's enough for me to stop acting up. I'm like, okay, I'm done. You ain't got to tell me twice. Once you mention the belt, I'm good. I'm good. I ain't trying to get no belt. But anyway, let's read the Chariot in reverse, shall we? The Chariot in reverse. Oh, there's the Tower. The Chariot is that a 7? I think it is a 7. Yep, the Chariot is a 7. Look at that. So this is a 7. The Chariot in reverse. The key words are directionless, off course, and roaming. I'm not going to read the whole entry. But this is directionless, off course, and roaming. I like this chariot because I believe this is the only chariot card I have, or at least that I've seen, where there aren't two different things. Did someone say, Zoda, was it you that said that ancient Egypt and history, or was that Clorinda? It might have been Clorinda that said ancient Egypt and history keep coming up because she's writing. I want to say a Sphinx, but y'all know I got that pharaoh head thing, the pharaoh head dress over the dunes. 3 dunes. Doom, 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 but she's in reverse. This is directionless. This is roaming. This is off course. This is also not moving. I feel like someone's chariot is actually on the ground. So you might not be off course necessarily, but it's almost like, you're trying to go up and down and up and down and up and down these dunes when you could be in the sky. And it's like, how much traction do you think those wheels are going to get on this sand? Like, I feel like she's in the sky for a reason, right? I think someone might be too grounded in their expectations, too grounded in their beliefs, too realistic focused, right? Because in the beginning, I said that expectations limit the experience. And I feel like the reason, in some cases, not every single case, but the reason why someone can't really get any traction is because they're too focused on either the way that it has to come in, or they're not seeing what's coming. They're not seeing the help that's coming. Or they're not seeing the help as it is. It's like the story of the people who were drowning in the middle of the ocean. It's a story that's been told many, many times before, where, they pray to be saved, and then a boat comes up and like, hey, like, do y'all need help? And they're like, oh no, we're good. Like, God's gonna save us. Like, thanks, but we're good. And then they pray again, and then like a helicopter comes by, right? And they're like, hey, like, are y'all good? And they're like, oh yeah, we're fine. We're just like waiting for God to save us, right? We believe, we trust. And the helicopter's like, okay, cool. I believe and I trust too, so I get it. Pretty sure that's the reason why I'm here for you now, but cool. And then, a few more things happen. They have other opportunities to not drown and die, but then they drown and die because they turn away everything that was sent to them. And then they get to heaven and they're like, like, what's up? I trusted and I believed, but I'm up here instead of down there continuing to live my life. And then they're like, okay, well, I sent the boat and I sent the helicopter and I sent like 15 other different things for you to get out of the situation that you're in. But since you're so grounded and focused in the mess, you didn't see or recognize any of it as answers. But they still made it to heaven, so I guess they're all right, right? Moral of the story. Um, I hope I don't. I hope I didn't turn down my help. LOL. Well, I mean, we're coming up on this tower now, so it's almost like, because upright, she would have been heading toward the tower, but in reverse, she's heading away from a tower. So it's almost like she's trying to escape this tower moment. It's almost like they're trying to escape this tower moment, but you're just going way, not you specifically, Yoshi, because you just said something. It's like someone's trying to escape this tower moment, but they're going way too slow. Like you're not gonna like the quickest way to get over a tower is to go through the tower. Like if this chariot was upright, it can just like fly right by this tower. Like, oh, okay, great, got my lesson. Okay, got it, good. All right, moving on. This way, it's like everything is falling apart, crumbling, 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 crumbling. Gotcha. And then like there's not even a path for your wheels to catch on, so you're just like stuck in this tower for a hot second. And you're doing this little tower dance, still not learning your lesson, still engaging in whatever you're engaging with, still not seeing all the things that are coming to you. And then, the tower begins to fall on the side. You come from this tower in reverse, and then you turn up right eventually. And then you're like, yeah, woohoo, I made it out of that tower moment. When, like, you could have did this. It's fine. There's no, all paths have something to offer. There is no judgment. Sounds like what Ghetto Nun said in recent readings. They keep praying and asking for signs and help, but going the other way. I don't know. My feeling is that I feel like there are instances when we we pray for answers lately, especially because answers, if you're praying for them, good luck. But I feel like there have been times when it's like we don't know what to do. And so we might go to someone for advice. And they basically tell us the thing that we had an inkling to do, but we weren't doing it. Right. And it's like when I was saying before, like if you need external confirmation from other people, you're slowing the process down. This is slowing the process down. And then it's like you go through these tower moments, which might not be actual tower moments. I feel like some of these tower moments could be fears or worries or doubts. Are you just stressing out a little bit more than you should? Not should, a little bit more than you have to if you were self-led, right? Because this is like she's riding this thing. This isn't a carriage being pulled, and there's only one of them. It's like you already have the direction. Like you already have the answer, you already have the solution, but it's not loud enough and screaming at you all the time for you to pay attention to it. But the nature of things right now are a lot more subtle because it's less dense, it's more subtle. You have to get to where the information is. And once you're on track, on target, I feel like you get synchronicities like crazy. Like almost synchronicity like overload once you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But if you don't like the direction that you're going in, or if you feel like you're moving away from something that you actually want, if you're not trusting that, if you're not being that knight, if you're not being the back of the Knight of Swords following the swallows, because the swallows know where the storm is breaking and where the skies are clear. But if you're going off of your own thing, or if you're just sitting waiting for the storms to pass, then you're going to be sitting waiting for a minute. But again, no judgment, it's fine. But you don't have to do that. But if you choose to do that, free will is your choice, it's fine. Again, no judgment. But then we have this like 10 of Wands in reverse. So it's almost like, I don't know, this is like, it's like they're both, well, in reverse. Hold on, wait. It was this way. Okay. Because I was like, well, that don't make sense. Because the way I had them, they were both going toward the tower. Right? So this is how it actually is when I'm holding it in my hands, and then I just flip it around. She's trying to run away from the tower. She's going towards the tower. with all of these burdens. It's almost like she understands the purpose of the tower, and she knows that this tower moment will take the wands that she doesn't need anymore. And so even though she's like overburdened and heavy and tired, you best she is taking every single wand she can find to this tower to be cleansed. She's kind of smart. Um she, on the other hand, is she thinks she's successfully, victoriously escaping from the tower. But I feel like this is just being aware of the different phases. I feel like almost this might have. I feel like now I'm getting more of a past energy with this. Didn't I bring up number 28? Yes, I did. 28 was the middle card was magical realms and the deck over there. It was about co-creation and belief and stuff like that. And my birthday is on the 28th, so um but yeah, I feel like this is almost a past energy. It's like if you took your burdens to a tower, if you went through, suffered through, grew through tower moments and learned the lessons, actually learned the lessons, because with this 10 of wands in reverse heading towards the tower, like this person recognized the reclamatory power of the tower. And so this was that tower. This was me, low key, tower chases, chasing towers. That was me in 2019. I was chasing all the towers. Um, or like, you were this person with the chariot in reverse trying to avoid towers or not learning what you were supposed to learn through these tower moments. The lessons that you learn from these moments, if you learn the lessons, that is what we are using and building and utilizing right now. That's what we're going off of. Okay, I got there eventually. But if you didn't learn the lessons from the tower, those who don't learn from their history are doomed to repeat it. It's going to come back again and again and again and again and again until you learn it. And so when you see other people coming into, because like when all of this flips, because this was the past energy, now this is the present energy, right? The tower is already over. So don't be mad at somebody else because you 10 of wands upright, because you didn't go through the tower and learn the things that you were supposed to. And then other people are like, they got their horse on track and they going in the right direction now. Like, don't don't envy and covet these people, because these people were these people who went through it. But now that everything is progressing and proceeding, these people have become these people. And now you're these people. So you thought that you were getting away. But at the end of the day, girl, like, don't be mad, don't envy, don't covet. It's on you. Just like it was on these people. You had the same opportunities, same choices, same towers, same access to everything that is as the other people did. But some people chose to be in this energy and suffer through these towers because they knew the power of the tower, and they took all of their burdens to the tower. And now look at them, girl. They ain't got a care in the world. Like she's like, woo, all them ones is gone. Hallelujah, I'm free. Now you sitting over here like, oh girl, where'd all these come from? And now you headed back to the tower. With this retrograde energy, you're heading back to these towers that you could have learned from the first time, and they selling away. Anyway, don't be mad. Shoot, it ain't my fault or whoever's fault. And I won't be mad at you either, because like I understand that one person's success is not another person's failure. Like, it ain't even about that. But some folks so stuck in lack mentalities and mindsets of competition that they don't even see stuff like that. It ain't my fault. It ain't my problem. Some things got left in the past for a reason. Is this the king? With the Knight of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Some people ain't take up their power when they had the opportunity to take up their power. And so you'll be granted another opportunity to learn your power if you so choose. If you don't, then, I don't know. I don't know. Don't tread on me, Girl, I ain't trying to be. How did this Three of Cups end up in reverse? How did I flip this over? Well, there's a Three of Cups in reverse. The Knight of Wands was in reverse, and the Three of Cups was in reverse. You might have been chasing this Three of Cups situation. If you was, no judgment. If you were. You are so in tune with the energies and the waves fell. Girl, that one just hit me. But also, I was following the swallows because my higher self, higher mind brain was like, oh, this will be a good opportunity for me. I'm going to eat so well while I'm there. I'm going to drink so much not carbonated, sugary beverages. Like, this could be something that I actually really enjoy, and I should do it. But then other brain, old me, came in like, that friend, y'all have beef sometimes. And 2 weeks is a long time. Plus, there's this other thing that you're kind of sort of trying to manifest right now. So going there would dirty those waters and muddy that and create all of this chaos in a space that there doesn't need to be any chaos. And I actually, at one point, was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to pass. But then after I worked through that, I was like, hold on, wait, no, wait. Is that new Patrick or old Patrick? Is that limited belief, fear, Patrick? Or is that Patrick following what Patrick knows that he should do? And honestly, there have been times when the two seem almost indistinguishable. But then it's like, wait, if I follow that second train of thinking, those are the beliefs that I used to hold about the situation. That's old, and I want something new. Okay, so then I reached out and I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm down, right? And then, I ended up in the red moon energies, my feminine energies during the wave spell of the red moon. So, um, thank you, girl. Thank you, Miyoshi. I know. But then I had the opportunity to stay. And then limited belief, fear, Patrick, came back up. I was like, oh, well, if I go home now, like 21 days makes a habit, and I've only been here for 14 days. So if I can stay another week, then my healthier eating patterns can become a habit, drinking better can become a habit, like being in this positive, open energy can become a habit. And even after that moment of contention on Sunday, when I was like, it's time to go, even after that moment, I was still like, oh, but like, I'm eating so well, and if I go home, like, I don't know if I'll keep eating like this. That was like limited belief Patrick. And then new Patrick, like, that was a struggle that some of y'all might have seen me with, because I was like, I don't know why I'm so emotional. Like, I don't know what's happening. I cried yesterday, but I feel like I just cried 3 seconds ago, and I've been feeling like this all day. And then I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then like some cards came out and I was like, oop, okay, so yeah, it's time for me to go home. And as soon as I made the decision to go home, it's like all of those emotions just evaporated and I was fine. And I was like, okay, yeah, because limited belief Patrick, old Patrick, fear Patrick is like everything happened here. And at home, the situation is different. So it's not going to be at home. But new Patrick was like, oh, wait, integrate is one of my words for 2020. So it's about taking what I learned here on this retreat, on this vacation. You can't stay on vacation forever. It's about taking what I've learned and then going back, right? The return to the village, the return home, integrating what you learned from your adventures outside of the village and the comfort and protection and sheath that it is, and integrating it there. And so like and girl like Miyoshi girl, we talked, I reached out to you and I was like, so like what do you think is going on? Because I know that you're gonna give me an accurate read. And you did, even when I didn't see it at that point in time. Like I knew that you were right, but I was like, see, but that bit doesn't feel right. But then afterwards, I'm like, wait, she was right. Miyoshi, you guessed it. Whew, you was right. Y'all remember back in the Vine days? um, yeah. So that's why I've been on it. And like I've been having these same things too. And that's another thing I'm grateful for December, because December is what taught me that around Christmas time, right? When things kind of started happening and going down. And I entered this situation for the first time where I hermited hardcore and I was like all the way in my Aquarius energy. I was in Andromeda. Forget like Uranus or Neptune. I left the galaxy. But then there was a call to come home. And I was like, well, I'm not even in that solar system. I'm not in the galaxy. So like I don't know what to tell you. But then I was like, wait a second. This is old Patrick. That's old Patrick ways of doing it. And so that was my introduction. And, you know, I come on my channel and I say it. So my spiritual burdens have been released to the tower. And I can chariot ride because, you know, at least at this point, I come on and I do what I need to do. It's been almost 2 hours. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so thank you for being there, Miyoshi. Also to the other folks who have helped me along the way, thank y'all. And that's what I was saying. You know, all of the lessons that I learned in 2019, I'm putting into practice and I'm using right now. And that is what's furthering me. It's like all of the tower moments that happened last year, everything that I got from those moments, that's what I'm using now. And one of those things that I worked on last year was learning how to follow and trust my own intuitive guidance and not to question it so much. I don't know. Like look to the past. And it's retrograde season right now. Perfect opportunities. Look at the last time you came through towers, the lessons that you got when you went through those towers, like use those to further yourself now. Because that's kind of why you went through them in the first place, is so that you wouldn't have to go through them again. Anyway, I just ranted for like a few minutes. Yes, new ways to old solutions and habits, etc. Okay, so we've come down to the last two decks. Let me get the books out first. I hardly ever use this deck. And it's kind of funny because this deck, low-key, it's kind of sort of on it. Like one time, one of my friends, that old chalkboard, asked me, he said something. He was like, what should I do this weekend? And I was like, you want me to pull a card? And he was like, yeah. Um, so I pulled some cards about what he should do for that weekend. That was my intention. The answer I got, girl, shook both of us. We were both shook. Because I was like, oh, that wasn't the question, but wow, just call me out. I was so shook. I was so shook. Why is this still face up? What time is it? I need to. Where's my friend? What is my friend doing? Friend, what you doing? You still asleep? Or are you doing work? Yeah, we were both shook. Using what you went through since 2018 to now implement. Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 and more yes. I don't know how these got so bent. Okay. This is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull this one. I already got the book. So then I'm going to pull this other deck. This ain't no verses. This ain't no this versus that. This is just these is what these is. So these have been all over the board today. So maybe that like the person envying the woman holding the heart, it could have been. See, it's not even like is a karmic, isn't a karmic. Like putting yourself in a karmic energy by envying something that someone else has. Just don't do it. And don't, just don't. And another thing with that, the woman holding the heart in reverse, the seventh chakra archangel Uriel, and envy is like if you are the type of person who, not the type of person, but whenever like something like envy, any of the seven deadly sins really, but like wrath, envy, pride, um, I feel like not sloth really, or maybe not gluttony too much. But the other ones, because I feel like, with sloth, like you're not doing anything. So I feel like you're not necessarily hurting somebody else. But I guess sloth in the way that if you're supposed to speak a word to help someone else and you don't speak it, then yeah. But like those are gateways for you to be jumped onto, into, and taken advantage of. And you might end up acting in ways that you like kind of sort of go against your character. And you're like, wow, if I was in my right mind, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have said that, whatever. But if I was in my right mind is not an excuse because you should have been in your right mind. So like, don't be so envious that you turn nasty and some devil type energy jumps into you, because you're still responsible for the things that you say and do at the end of the day. So that's just a little whatever. Okay, well, I shouldn't be on here too much longer. I don't know why I'm still shuffling these. Miyoshi. Um, and then where did I just put that on the back? It's already been 2 hours. And I didn't even use the animal spirits when I was there. I almost had the thought to pull those out, but after it being this long, I'm like, no, I'm good. That's new. I haven't gotten that one before. We actually got a jumper. Woo! That's crazy. A jumper. What? You spoiled us today. Right? I ain't even talked to my brother yet. I just made it home. I've been gone for 2 weeks. I told him I'd be done in a minute. I'm so rude, y'all. I'm so rude. Ain't nobody asked for 2 cards on this one pile. It's supposed to be 1 card. I do kind of want to do the 3 piles thing again, but I don't have enough space here to do it. So that card almost tried to come out. Deep in today's signature, I guess. Just me being me, doing me things, being led, doing things that I want to do. And like, when did I see the chariot? Was it the chariot? The chariot was the first, because the vice versa was the first cards that I put out, and I had them set up to see what the whole setup would look like. And the chariot is actually the first card that I saw. And I came across all these difficulties. I'm like, you know what? The chariot came out, so I'm going to just keep going until I get it to do what I needed to do. And turns out it was fine. Just no extra bells and whistles today. Which is fine, The cards look, you can see enough. Everything ain't got to be 10K all the time. And there's some ugly I don't want to see in 10K. Like, I'll take my ugly in like 240p. You know what I mean? Like, stuff I ain't really trying to see anyway. I don't know what that means, but then I'll just take this one. No, this one. No, the first one. This one. And this one. And another one. And I'm not doing no more. See, this is what happened last time. It was one trying to one up the other one. Goodness. And then they both just ended up doing way too much. Hey, there's my phone case. Nope, that's just my phone. Never mind. I'm getting hungry. Okay. We'll start with this one. So, these are the ones I'm pulling from first. The Demon Tarot. Some of these aren't even like demons, though. Some of these are like literally gods from other cultures that were demonized because, with the rise of monotheism, that means that any polytheistic system, not only is it wrong because other outside systems for structured, organized spirituality is typically seen as wrong. So they just like made them all demons. I'm like, what? How'd that work? Where'd that work at? So first we got this card, Azazel. Wasn't Azazel the name of that one dude on X-Men First Class? Was it X-Men First Class? And he like killed somebody or something. And then somebody was like, in reality, that would not have killed this character because his power is to literally adapt to any situation. And he could have adapted to it. So, like in the canon universe, that shouldn't have been enough to kill him. But I guess they needed somebody to die, and so he died. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like there are some I see in here. I'm like, wait, why is this in here? I don't know. It ain't for me to question. I wasn't even gonna get this deck the first time I used it, and I kind of sort of only got this deck because of the chalkboard, Loki. But it'll read somebody real quick. So I typically try to read. Well, I guess the pictures don't even really matter. I can't hold this and do the picture. I'm sorry, because this is a two-hand book. So the inspiration. There are many situations that are no one's fault or the fault of so many people that no one person should take the blame. But it's still important that we find the person to punish, whether that person truly deserves punishment or not. But when good things happen by, again, chance or confluence, we don't spend as much time looking around for one person to reward, do we? So, beware of looking for someone to blame in situations in which no one person is responsible. Focus on fairness and differing equal praise for success as blame for mistakes. Oh, I kind of sort of love this. Right. And this, like, don't go envying other people. Don't go looking for somebody to blame. If everything is falling apart in your life, then you may be the problem. And it's not even you being the problem. It's because there's some lesson for you to learn and you're not learning it. So until you learn the lesson, of course you're going to come up on the same tower. Of course, it's like if you don't heal those wounds, and then you feel like, oh, like this person, like, why do people keep doing this to me? Why does this keep happening to me? Because you're not learning, because you're not growing, because we want you to get this, but you're not getting this. Like, why you always need somebody to blame? There's way too many people. And then, and then, and this is one thing I don't like. People who are super, 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 super quick to try to blame somebody else, but then as quick as they are to blame somebody and tear somebody down, why are they just as slow to praise somebody or to thank somebody? Like, if you want to be so quick to open your mouth and run your mouth on other people, like, why is it that you only speak bad against other people, but you don't praise people when they deserve it? Like, what is that about? No comment, Miyoshi. I see what you said. No comment. Actually, see, some of these are actually interesting. And some of these, like, these cards can get somebody together real quick. It's like, okay, well, why are you looking for so many people to blame? And that's like, focus on positive thinking, focus on the things that work well. Don't always go looking for someone to blame. And when you find something that works well with someone, and I just said that to like Chad the other day. And I just forgot how I said it. Oh, because I was like, there are so many times when people do really amazing things for us, but we don't express our gratitude and we don't express our thanks. And I was like, you know, I want to thank the people going forward a lot more, because I know there are so many people who have impacted me in so many ways. And I went, like, I've never thanked them for it. I was like, wow, that's kind of messed up, you know? Anyway, let's see what's next. Next, we have an angel. It's Zachriel. The angel of memory. The angel of memory. Girl, I'm shook. So, tied to the card that was speaking of, you know, like there are some situations where either no one is to blame at all, or there's way too many people involved for one person to take all the responsibility. And then at the same time, there are these situations where like someone deserves praise, but they don't get it. And then tied to that is memory. Tied to that, you know, when I was going off about like you keep encountering these same situations because you're not learning the lesson. Also, you're dwelling in the pain and dwelling in the hurt. And the more you dwell in pain and hurt, the more you manifest pain and hurt. So like, you know, I don't know. But Zachriel actually has an interesting entry. I read it once before. I didn't get him for myself, but I got him for somebody. I think I remember when I got him, and I think I remember what I took it to be. And I was like, okay, yeah, accurate. These are a little bit more, not nebulous, but there's Zadkiel. Where's Zachriel? Was it on page 25? Who was on the bottom of page 25? Zachriel. It was him. And it was the situation I thought it was, because I was like, oh, 25. Anyway, not put nobody out there like that. This is another book where I got to get kind of close. So maybe I can do something like this. Potentially. I don't know if y'all be able to see it. Zachriel carelessly winds and unwinds. Wait, what? Okay. Eternally lost. Zachriel carelessly winds and unwinds the threads of thought. Memory ain't got no words. Here we go. Memory has no worries. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this down. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all saw it. Memory has no worries or concerns. You are safe to wrap yourself in the bands of time gone by as well. It is warm and safe within the fog of Zachriel. All you knew greets you, welcomes you, longs for you. The power of remembrance is balanced by the power of forgetfulness. Pouring memory into the cup of forgetfulness makes room for new memories. Zachriel is the angel of all memory, even memory lost. If you take something with you, you must also leave something behind. Signs a knot, a loom, and a maze. Oh, now that's interesting. That's interesting because there was a whole thing. If you want to know how to get out of any maze, keep your left hand on the wall at all times, and eventually you'll get out. The glare from the cars being so sleek, I know, right? And this like ring light right here. There we go. There we go. There he is. Eternally lost. To take something, you must leave something. Forgetting makes room for new memories. It's like, I don't know, to really heal from some of the things, sometimes you have to let go of not sometimes, but you have to let go of the pain to receive the healing. And you can't be so quick to always left hand on the wall. Interesting. I know, right? That is interesting though, because the left side is associated with intuition and the feminine, right? So it's like, well, if you was super deep into the intuition, like, shouldn't you just know your way out of a maze? And it was funny because somebody asked me, like, do you know how to get out of any maze? And I was like, faith, lol, trust. And like, no, like, there's an actual way. And I was like, what? Do you like put one of your hands on the wall? Because I heard that somewhere. I don't know where, but I heard it. And he was like, they're like, yeah, you put your left hand on the wall and it'll get you out of a maze. I was like, okay. I mean, I wouldn't say it's all to be junked, but with these two paired together, if someone from your past shows up and there's an energy of like, it could be potentially someone that you blamed for something that either they weren't responsible for, or I don't know. It's like you blame someone for something that they didn't do, or you didn't praise. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Because, like, at the same time, if you wronged somebody and you took credit for what they did, and now they have the proof to prove that you didn't do whatever you said that you did, and they come back and they get their credit, and then you have your end that oop moment. I don't think that situation resonates for anybody who will see this, but if it does, oop, because that happens sometimes. I'm like, I don't think this will resonate, but then things end up playing out. I'm like, wow, well, because it's like, you didn't reward someone for something that they should have been rewarded for either. And I was like, whoa, like if you took credit for that thing that you didn't reward them for, and then I'm like, oh, okay. I instantly zoomed in on left. um, but yeah. Oh my gosh. There's just so much happening right now, all at the same time. And I know what I'm focused on. In this next pile, I got two of these cards. So since I got two of the Damon Tarot, I had to pull three angels for the pile after that. So the one that came out upright is this dude. Something in me is like, maybe I shouldn't be reading these names. But I'm like, that's fear. I'm protected. And they fell, so we don't have to, right? I feel like a lot of them are personifications of things that if you go too far into could get you in situations that you don't want to be in. But then at the end of the day, you had no business being in the energy in the first place either. So who's really to blame? Let me stop. Like I said, this is a two-hand book. So the inspiration. The clothes may sometimes, oh girl. The clothes may sometimes make the man, but remember that while Adramelech, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Adramelech may still dress the part of sun god, he has not been for so many centuries. Girl, this is another sun god. Remember when they had Ra in the book? And I was like, don't tell me they done took Ra and made Ra a demon. This is another sun god that they done made a demon. But they say even though he dressed like a sun god, he ain't been no sun god for a minute. Well, maybe he ain't been no sun god for a minute because y'all done killed all the natives that believed in him. And then you made him a demon. Girl, I can't. I'm sorry. Right. I get that. And it's also funny because so the friend that I just left, I went through so much to make, not to make, to give him the opportunity to grow and be a better person. Better as in more caring, more kind, more compassionate, more understanding of others outside of themselves. It's a process. He still ain't all the way there. But then He told me like a year later, after I like did a whole bunch of heavy lifting. He was like, somebody asked me how like I'm so empathetic or something like that. I was like, what? You? Someone asked you how you're empathetic? And what did you tell her? Because I'm the one doing all the hard work on the back end to make all your relationships better with other people. They're benefiting from my frustration, but it's fine. I don't know why that just came to my mind, but Dilla said something about the sun being evil too. Yeah, well, the sun and the energy of like, because I feel like the times that I've heard Dolo talk about the sun, it's almost like a false light, or it's like something like because the sun provides light for everything else, and there are all these things that sort of like gravitate around it. So that's like being lost in the sun or being dependent on the sun. It was something like that. I haven't low key. I haven't seen Dolo in a minute. Um, but I do remember when he used to say stuff like that. And then people say that the sun used to be Saturn. It was confusing. It all goes very, very, very esoteric, is what I'll say. So that was the inspiration. The divination for this card is beware of judging by appearances, especially those who dress to impress, but have no substance behind their style. Girl, this card is literally saying beware of people who come dressed all fancy because they look nice on the outside, but the inside is hollow. Everything they have to offer is in their appearance. Everything they have to offer is on the outside. There's nothing below the water. It's not that deep. Um, but also at the same hand, beware of judging a person or an opportunity as less than because it presents as something that you don't want, right? This goes back to fake woke, no integrity. This goes back to like, don't perceive with your eyes and your mind, perceive with your heart and your intuition. Because I was raised to like, you never know when you're in the company of angels, and you never know when you're entertaining divinity or high level spiritual beings, be they angels or different aspects of the divine. You never know when you're entertaining one. And even in mythology, there would be stories of gods who would come dressed in the garb of the homeless or whatever, and who would go around and ask for things. And for the people who would turn them away, they usually wasn't that great for them. And then, for the people who took them in, it was always the people who had the least that would take them in. So it's like, for the people who like to treat people who look like they have a certain amount of status in a certain way, not only are you empty and hollow and spiritually and morally bankrupt in some ways, but the people that you're tending to are probably also the same, because you could be this type of person entertaining these types of people, thinking you're going to get some kind of substance from those people. But at the end of the day, not only are you hollow, but the things that you're following, they're hollow too. So that's when Dolo would say that's a lost star following a lost star. Like y'all lost. Um, Girl, what just happened? Oh, who just? Oh, snap. I'm sorry. Millennial break. um okay, this is it. That can wait. I'm sorry. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Okay, all right. Now I'm done. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. What that soul look like though, right? Right, exactly. What that soul look like. Um, it's like, man. And then some people really follow people thinking that they something more than that what they are, but they all pretend to. And this is like why I be on here like this. You know, if I do this with my head all the time, then this side of my head just be sticking out. Like, like I've never been the type of person to keep up with appearances because I'm like anybody that I'm supposed to end up with, they're gonna see through the appearance because I like it's like when you put things into your appearance, it seems like you attract a lot of people based on that appearance and the substance just like isn't there. Not to say that it's never there, because no type of person is monolithic. But it's just like I don't know. I've always been a substance person, and I want to attract substance people. And so people who keep up with appearances and do stuff like there's nothing wrong with it, especially depending on the industry or the type of work that you want to do. Like there are some realms where appearances actually matter. Um, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it just ain't me. Yeah, right. Like if I feel like, I got my little plaid shirts that I like to wear sometimes. And my little jeans that I like to wear with my plaid shirts, and my little earrings that I like to wear with those plaid shirts. But for the most part, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll do one more one, and then I'll go back up. Oh, that was interesting. I feel bad for this dude though. Like, man, although he used to be a sun god, he hasn't been a sun god in a long time. Well, I wonder why that is. So next we have Tiferet. The heart and beauty, the substance. Here comes the substance, y'all. Here come the substance. I love it. That's what really matters. It's all about the heart. What that heart do though? What that soul look like? That's what I'm talking about. The stuff that really matters. Where's that? Because right now, this soda pop is looking a little flat. Where are these cards? Nuh-uh. I ain't even gonna look at y'all. I got two cards trying to tell off to the side. I'm not even looking at y'all. I'm almost done. Ain't nobody got time for that. But where's Tiferet though? This is a card I've never gotten before. Renth. I'm starting to get a little hungry. I want a little snack to put in my mouth. 'Cause I'm getting hungry. And I want some food to eat. I'm starting to get a little hungry. Yeah, because this would have said like the left something, right? Heart. Beauty. Wait. Hold up. I think this actually is on the tree. Yeah, so this is actually one of the things on the tree of life. Thanks for sticking with me, Miyoshi girl. I appreciate it. There's Da'at, Chesed, Left Eye, Bina. I knew Tiferet was on here. Left hand, Gavora. Here it is, Tiferet, the heart, beauty. The sixth emanation, the temperate force that allows the rest of the emanations to coexist in beautiful harmony. Tiferet is without extremes or absolutes. As each other aspect rages around him, he neither yields nor resists. He is the equilibrium that exists between those forces. He is the guiding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree of life. Oh, I kind of inserted that. I'm sorry. He is the guiding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree to gracefully bring them toward one another. Let's see. The yellow orb brings balance to the universe. Forming the midpoint between Keter and Malkuth, he defines the pillar of balance. At the glowing center of the tree and the midpoint between all its relationships, he distributes energy from each emanation back across its paths. It's a careful balancing act, incorporating such extreme opposites, but this is the nature of the tree as a whole. Tiferet mirrors the structure of the tree, existing as a microcosm of the whole, found in art, health, and community. So there's the heart, there's the balancing act. I'll be honest, if this was love, I probably would have bounced a long time ago. I find that I can't listen to readings longer than 10 minutes on love unless other information is inserted. I'm fixated on information beyond and researching. Well, thank you. Well, girl, I think that's one reason why we get along so beautifully, and we can talk for as long as we do. Because I support the channels that I support. I'll say that. And then sometimes I'll be like, oh, this is a little interesting. But also, I feel like for the love readings that really matter to me, I feel like there's like something else there. Like it's not just straight up love. Like you said, it's like some other kind of information. Unless other information is inserted. Exactly. So we got this old sun guide. And we got balance. We got the heart. And now, oh gosh. This is the one I read for accident the other day, isn't it? It's Furfur. Or maybe not. Oh, I got 4 more cards and then I'll be done. It's already been 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. So the inspiration for this card, I already know what this one is about. Envy. Let's see. Inspiration. Furfur is said to be able to create storms and tempests, incite passions, and cause lightning to strike and thunder to shake the land wherever the conjurer requests. It would seem that in conjunction with Furfur's rakish name, his gifts are destructive and cruel. However, Furfur's other gift is the ability to strengthen the bond between married couples into something unbreakable and eternal. So we see that Furfur's gift for stirring passion and excitement can be used for destruction when used in excess, but it can be one of the most valuable tools that doesn't require, it can be one of the most valuable tools when used in moderation. Of course, relationships should be built on trust that doesn't require any sort of like summoning, whatever, right? And then the divination is focus on enduring love and passion. Beware of strong emotions becoming destructive. Okay. All right. So this is an interesting little trio. So, well, then this is the balance, right? This would be the balance between those two. Because in excess, it's destructive. And that was the thing about Tiferet, right? That's the reason why it's so important for Tiferet to be impartial and to give and take equally from all sides. Because if one side of the tree gets heavy, the whole thing collapses. And with this, it's like too much passion. It's like a frenzy. Too much passion would cause a frenzy. It's like with someone, it's like on the TV shows whenever like there's a dude with some kind of pheromone spray or a girl with some kind of pheromone spray, like a little bit draws attention, but a lot of it draws way too much attention. And then people start fighting each other over you. And then at some point they start like it turns to like rage, and then they start like attacking you instead of fighting each other for you. I don't know. Balance, moderation. That's pretty much all of it. Even with this dude, right? It was beware of appearances. Appearances can be deceiving. Here we have the heart, which balances everything, the destructive and the generative forces. And then here we have sort of passion that can go unbridled or that can strengthen something that is already strong. Right. But you wouldn't rely on this to create a sustainable relationship. So going back to some kind of karmic, potentially, if you did something outside of yourself to attract or acquire a mate, something built on that ain't meant to last. That's it. I'll keep that short. And then I'll do the three of these. Oh, snap. We got Malkuth. And Malkuth just hit the flow. I'm sorry, Malkuth. Malkuth, where'd you go? Malkuth, where'd you go? So we got Malkuth. If this is Keter, oh, Da'at. Malkuth, Da'at, and Rimph. These are the three. Malkuth is the ground. It is the kingdom. Rimph is the angel of time. And then Da'at is emptiness. It's the void space in the tree. Well, let's see. Malkuth, Rimph, Da'at. This is like everything. This is nothing. And then this is time. I actually saw something the other night. It was that, people divide time into three things. It was an Osho video. They divide time into the past, the present, and the future. And that's wrong. Outside of yourself, we know what that entails. It is, he said it's wrong. Time exists of the past and the future. The present belongs to life. The present is now, and the present is always now. And now isn't in the domain of time. Time exists outside of this moment because this moment right now can't be measured. Right? But it's how we observe this moment. But after we observe this moment, it's in the past. Before we observe this moment, it's in the future. It's that type of thing, right? All of that. All of that. Oof, I'm almost done. I don't know why I decided to do this at the end. I'm not going to say this was a mistake, but my throat getting dry. And I lost my little book. I don't know where the little book went. I still ain't really talked to my family. I just made it back after a week. 2 weeks of being gone. Where'd this little book go? Where'd this little book go? Oh, here it is. Okay. So we'll start with Malkuth because Malkuth was first. And I know Malkuth. There's Remiel. Actually, we'll start with whatever one comes first because I know Rimph might actually be around here. Wait, what was the other card? Angel of Time, Rimph, Da'at. That thing over there. Back that thing up. Sorry. I decided to back that thing up. Yeah, back it on up over here. Let me stop. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Here is Rimph. Okay, Angel of Time. I ain't gonna hold him up. I'm sorry. Eternally vigilant and forever burning. So Zachariel, which is what we started with, is eternally lost. Rimph is eternally vigilant. So hey, things are changing, things are moving. Rimph is the movement through space, measured out with deft precision. Our footsteps upon the earth mark its passing, for we are all bound to time. One by one we tick and talk, and every life is counted even as those lives pass. We are all sand and seconds and moments, all fleeting. Fire burns until it doesn't. Lives are lived until they aren't. Dreams are dreamt until we wake. Rimph stands by all of this, counting. What better unit of measurement than the souls that pass through the tree of life into Angelarium? Rimph walks between the pillars of past and present, turning every corner in every second. Rimph's movements can be seen in our own, as a fulcrum between moments. Signs, a clock, a torch, and a wave. That's interesting that Rimph doesn't belong to the future, but, you can't count seconds that haven't happened yet, I guess. Oof, girl. I'm a little tired. Tired of reading. My throat getting dry. Yes, side. Okay, here's Malkuth. Oh, right to Malkuth. All right. Malkuth, ground, the kingdom. The 10th and final emanation, the physical world in which we live, the domain of mankind. Malkuth is an emanation of emanations, the culmination of the many aspects that form the tree of life. Everything from our bodies to the experiences we have in them in the world. No, everything from our bodies to the experiences we have in them to the world in which we exist is Malkuth. The infinite space that expands across the universe is a manifestation of her. The boundless prismatic orb holds all the colors of the universe. At the feet of the tree, the ground stretches outward, forming a base. This is the space where Malkuth exists. She is beyond just being the lowest point. She is the foundation itself, being the thing that we experience every moment in our lives. Malkuth contrasts clearly with Keter, whose existence is marked by its total unknowability. As with all things in the tree, one mirrors the other, forming a complete continuum throughout which we can understand the boundaries of existence found in the earth, our bodies, and home. You know what's interesting? We got the heart, which was Tiferet, and then Dots came out, which is the void, right? So that is interesting. I just noticed that. Only got two left. Okay, don't tap out now. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Don't tap out now. Don't give up on me. I'll keep fighting for you. Here we go. This is the shortest one. Dot. It is null, emptiness. This emanation is a conduit. It radiates no light for itself, holds no shape, and touches nothing. It is perfect and invisible, a space through which nothing and everything passes. In its arms, all 10 of the emanations dance, each of them shining a great light through its void. This emanation has no number, no color, no connection to the other emanations, in that it is unique. Its solitary nature sets it apart from the other emanations in such a significant way that Da'at is sometimes considered to not exist at all. To give a name to the emptiness at this crater of the tree is vital, and so too is the need to understand the significance of that emptiness, found in meditation, silence, and sleep. Oh my gosh. Hold on, wait. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to grab a water. I gotta grab a water. Grab a water. Who am I, y'all? Excuse me. I'm just playing. But now I understand the importance of hydrating. And my throat still feels just as dry. Okay. You got to rewind that whole thing. Someone was talking to you. Okay, well, basically, the aunt is the center of the tree. Wait, throw on my tomboy gear in a minute. Girl, when'd you say that? How did I just see that? I saw the dancing ladies. Oh, yeah, when you go outside. Okay. The aunt is everything and nothing. And then it's like, how can you give a name to nothing? But at the same time, it's important for that space to be observed, for that emptiness to be observed. Everything is born of the void, but nothing exists within it. So, what lies on the other side of Da'at? The great unknowable. And that's where it lives. Oh, and then Belphegor. Girl, dude sitting on the toilets. On the toilets. Move my throat. Last one. Where did I just put that water? Where did I put it? It's down here somewhere. Ah. It's not helping. I still feel it in my throat. It's fine. Okay, so last but not least, and then I'm gonna have to put all these cards back in the box. Put them back in the box. Put them back in the box. Back in the box. Where this book at? Okay. Last but not least, Belphegor. So, the inspiration for this card. Right. It is. Oddly enough, much of the worship of Belphegor has somehow remained in the lexicon of human nature. Imagine for a moment the often used scene of someone suddenly having a eureka moment while in the bathroom and afterward rushing off to put plans into motion. That is precisely the scene demonologists attribute to Belphegor's influence. However, as Belphegor is the lord of sloth, those ideas may often be get rich quick schemes or barely thought through plans that end up causing costing more in the long run than a more than a more solid plan with more work would. Inspiration does appear in the most unlikely of places, but inspiration alone means nothing without the willingness to put in work and get the job done. Beware of inspiration that seems too good to be true, and ideas that seem wait, and ideas that seem like easy money with little work required. I feel like my biggest takeaway from that is like, honestly, it's kind of sort of what I was saying earlier, right? Where it's like, you may get these things that may look like or feel like discernment, when in reality, it's just comfortable, right? Belphegor on the toilet. That's when, like, in the toilet in the bathroom is where you get your greatest ideas, when your mind is idle. But that don't mean it's right. Like, if you enter a space where something happens, you get this thought, you get this idea, it comes out of nowhere. That could very well be just like old you trying to make an appearance, right? Just because you get the thought or idea doesn't necessarily always mean that that's your intuition, that that's your discernment. And like I say, both sides of the equation have access to information and have access to you. And it's up for you to truly know, okay, is this something that's coming out? Now I can't talk. Oh my gosh. Is this something that's coming out of fear? Is this something that's coming out of our old patterns, old habits? Am I thinking this because of the people who I encountered in the past? Or is this something that is actual, like, viable information? Is this something that I actually, like, need to know right now? And a lot of times, for me, where I'm at in my journey, a lot of times, some of that stuff seems like it's legit information. But then when I really sit on it, I'm like, wait, no, this is just old programming. These are old thoughts and beliefs. That's limited thinking, limited beliefs that are trying to come back in a way that feels brand new, but it actually isn't. What? Who? What? Girl, where these cards come from? Where, you know what? Y'all wasn't meant to be called on today, I guess. Y'all took today off. I don't blame y'all. I ain't even looking. I don't even care. I ain't looking at no more cards. But thank you for being here. Again, if you watched till this late, did not plan on being live for almost 3 hours. But when do I plan on being live for as long as I go live? Hardly ever. There's a lot of things going on today. I think we started with basically the moral of the story. The moral of the story: follow your own intuition, follow your own guidance, and make sure it's not things of the past, old habits making an appearance. Because the old can sabotage the new real quick. And then you'll be thinking you in the right because you listening to something that you got and you did get it. But who'd you get it from? And, who stands to gain from that situation? Right? Is it like, does that make the world or you any happier, any brighter, anything like that? Right? Or does it play into things that you've already conquered? I don't know how all these can go back. Okay, I'm shutting this down here. Thank you again for being here. I can put all these away off camera. See how that divine communication just flows? I am excited to be back in my space. Oh, me, no girl, stay gone. Well, parts of you need to, right? Right? Like I said in my video, I've come too far. I've done too much to go back. And the things I have in my life right now are too good. The things that are coming are too good. And I don't blame old Patrick for trying to come back because the space that I'm in, I never would have allowed myself to be this happy. And I never would have allowed myself to actively pursue happiness and actual love because old Patrick was afraid that it wouldn't last forever and that he would lose it. And that the old Patrick thought it was better to never know than to have it and to lose it. So I don't blame old Patrick for making an appearance. Girl, I used to be you, right? I get it, but you're a little outdated. I've upgraded, and the worries and concerns and fears that you had are no longer applicable. So we're just going to file all those away as. Remember when that was me? Glad I came out of that. But no problem. I'm glad it did that. Something was like, I'm going to go back and use all the cards that I left at home. So I did. Girl, and those were all over the board. All over the board. All over the board. One of these decks, which one am I retiring again? The Energy Oracle cards. Those are getting retired because they went too close to karmic territory. But yeah, I ain't going to take forever to shut this down. I'll let you go. It's been 3 hours, girl. Thank you for being with me. Thank you, Zelda, for stopping in. Thank you, Bloomin' Rose. Happy belated birthday again to both of you. I think you're both Aquariuses. And had a story to tell. LOL, girl. I'm done with them. Done. They cut off. They can sit in the box and think about what they've done. Let me stop. I ain't gonna do that to nobody because if something of that nature ends up resonating, just realize it ain't even you that person is mad at. They mad at themselves because they can't be you. But little do they know that the you that you are does not come easy, number one. And the you that you are requires a lot of work. And if they can't put in the work into themselves to better themselves and to heal themselves, chances are they would never be you anyway. So with that, I'm gonna shut it down, I guess. Thanks again, everybody. Bye. Ooh.